Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Up until now, I have taught you how to conjugate regular verbs in the present tense. Today, we will start learning how to conjugate irregular verbs in the present tense. This video will focus on verbs that change in spelling. But before we get started, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. Some verbs change in spelling when conjugated to maintain its sound. The verbs that we will talk about today will only change in the yo form. This means that the yo form or I form will be irregular. All of the other forms of the verb will be conjugated as you would regular verbs in the present tense. Let's get started. Rule number 1. If the verb ends in CER or CIR, and a vowel comes before the ending, then the C will change to ZC. For example, ofrecer means to offer. Ofrecer ends in CER, and E, which is a vowel, comes before CER. This means the C will change to ZC. The rules for conjugating regular ER verbs are: choose the verb that you would like to conjugate, drop the ER, replace ER with the corresponding subject pronoun. To conjugate ofrecer, first, drop ER off of ofrecer, change C to ZC. The other forms of ofrecer are regular. They are conjugated the same as regular ER verbs. Rule number 2. If the verb ends in CER or CIR and a consonant comes before the ending, then the C will change to Z. For example, convencer means to convince. Convencer ends in CER, and EN, which is a consonant, comes before CER. This means the C will change to Z. The rules for conjugating regular ER verbs are: first, choose the verb you would like to conjugate. Second, drop the ER. Third, replace ER with the corresponding subject pronoun. To conjugate convencer, first, drop ER off of convencer. Second, change C to Z. Third, add O, which is the ending for the yo form. And remember, convencer is only irregular in the yo form. Now we have convenzo. The other forms of convencer are regular. They are conjugated the same as regular ER verbs. Rule number 3. If the verb ends in GER or GIR, then the G will change to J. For example, exigir means to demand. The G in exigir will change to J. The rules for conjugating IR verbs are: first, choose the verb you would like to conjugate. Second, drop the IR. Third, replace IR with the corresponding subject pronoun. To conjugate exigir, first, drop IR off of exigir. Second, change G to J. And third, add O, which is the ending for the yo form. Exigir is only irregular in the yo form. The other forms of exigir are regular. They are conjugated the same as regular IR verbs. Rule number 4. If the verb ends in GUIR, then GU will change to G. For example, distinguir. Distinguir means to distinguish. The GU in distinguir will change to G. The rules for conjugating regular IR verbs are: first, choose the verb you would like to conjugate. Second, drop IR. Third, replace IR with the corresponding subject pronoun. To conjugate distinguir, drop IR off of distinguir. Second, change GU to G. Third, add O, which is the ending for the yo form. Distinguir is only irregular in the yo form. Now we have distingo. The other forms of distinguir are regular. They are conjugated the same as regular IR verbs. These are the 4 rules of irregular verbs that pertain to spelling changes. These rules are only for the yo form. Here is a list of other verbs that pertain to these rules. Aparecer, which means to appear. Conocer, which means to know. Merecer, which means to deserve. Obedecer, which means to obey. Producir, which means to produce. Reconocer, which means to recognize. Reducir, which means to reduce. And reproducir, which means to reproduce. Feel free to practice conjugating these verbs using the rules from this video. Remember, they are only irregular in the yo form. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!